Right, where do we begin? Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be looking at and talking about the F1 2021 Bahrain Grand Prix. We're going to go through every single driver, talk about how their race went, talk about any big talking points happening in the race, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw in a meme of the race, where I'm basically going to make like a meme edit of something that happened in the race, just as a little bit of fun, just in the middle of the video. But if you're new around here, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's get on with the video. Coming in now at P20, we have Nikita Mazepin, and this guy did more formation laps than he did race laps. This guy literally did 2 formation laps and crashed into turn 3, I believe. He just spun it all by himself, and this is now the meme of the race because Nikita Mazepin was the meme of this race. So here's the meme edit of the day.
Speed and power.
Go faster!
Speed and power doesn't work.
Always no.
It was doing quite well,
It was,
though.
to be honest. I was surprised you got that far.
There you go. There's the meme edit. Absolutely brilliant content. On to Alonso now, P19. He actually got a bit unlucky. Apparently, he had a sandwich bag stuck in between his brake ducts, which basically overheated his brakes, which made his brakes not work, which meant his race was ruined and he had to retire because of a sandwich bag. Very unlucky, but he was looking quite good, to be fair, for his first race back. P18, Nicholas Latifi, didn't really do much, had quite a quiet race. I can't remember who, he had a bit of a fight at some point with someone.
Bars. Just bars.
Bit of a quiet race. P18 for Nicholas Latifi. Could have been better, could have been worse. At least he wasn't last. P17, Pierre Gasly. Very, very unlucky. Had a little collision with Daniel Ricciardo at the beginning of the race. Very, very unlucky. Just a racing incident. These things happen, especially when you're that close. Just braked a bit too late and just ran into the back of Daniel. Very light contact, very small bit of contact, broke his front wing, and that pretty much ruined his whole race. Mick Schumacher, another very quiet race, had a spin at the beginning. That Haas just looked not really happy at all. Every time they put the foot on the power, the car just spun around. But overall, quite a quiet race. Didn't really see much of Mick, but at least P16, not too bad, and he was the last of the finishers. P15 now, Sebastian Vettel, another very it's not a good race for Sebastian Vettel. He had a terrible weekend pretty much. Qualifying, I think it was like P18 or 7. I think he qualified P17 in qualifying. Got unlucky in qualifying and then had a penalty. Just started last and then had that crash with Esteban Ocon. Pretty much the recreation of the Max Verstappen one, where him and Verstappen crashed at Silverstone in 2019, I believe. Yeah, not a very good race from Vettel. Had some good moments fighting with Alonso and stuff, but one to forget, definitely. P14, George Russell, another quiet race. Had a bit of a fight with Kimi Raikkonen. Nothing out of this world. He was racing in the points at one point, but yeah, just his tyres ran out and he got overtaken by everyone. But yeah, P13, Esteban Ocon, another very quiet race. Didn't really do much. Didn't really see him throughout most of the race, but obviously had that crash with Sebastian Vettel, which pretty much ruined his race as well, because obviously got spun around and then he lost loads of time. But apart from that, not too bad. P12 and P11, they're both Alfa Romeos. Giovinazzi P12, Kimi Raikkonen P11. Another very quiet race for them too. Didn't really see much of them at all. Raikkonen obviously had that battle with George Russell at one point, but unlucky for them, just outside the points. But like I said, very quiet race. Didn't really see much of them. P10, Lance Stroll, didn't really do much either. He had a little bit of a fight with Alonso, but very quiet race for Lance Stroll. Got the first points for Aston Martin though. P10 is still a point. Better than nothing. Can't complain too much, I'd say. Yuki Tsunoda now, P9. What a brilliant race he had. He's the first Japanese driver to ever score points on his debut. Drove very well. Got a bit unlucky in qualifying. You know, should have been in going to Q3. Bit unlucky, but he had a brilliant race. Brilliant move on Fernando Alonso. We literally sent it back from 50 miles back and then sent it into Fernando Alonso. Brilliant race, some brilliant overtaking moves as well. Brilliant debut. Carlos Sainz in P8, he said he took it quite gentle, he took it quite slow. Just wanted to chill for his first race, wanted to understand the car a bit better, which is fair enough. He said he wasn't that aggressive, wanted to just bring it home, have a good, decent race, and he did. He got some points, got 4 points for Ferrari. Not too bad, you know, could have been better. The car didn't look too bad, to be fair. It had some power on it, definitely a big step up from last year. P7 now, Daniel Ricciardo, good debut there for McLaren. He did end up going backwards, but he still got some points for the team, got 6 points for the team. Not a bad debut, you know, he wasn't on the pace of Lando Norris, we'll get on to him in a bit, but he was rapid, Lando Norris. But yeah, not a bad debut. He definitely improved over time, you know, brilliant qualifying as well. Not a bad first weekend for Daniel Ricciardo. P6 now for Charles Leclerc with 8 points for Ferrari. Brilliant race again. Running in the podium at one point, but then slowly ran back because obviously that Ferrari doesn't have that podium pace at the moment. But definitely massive improvement from last year. Unbelievable. Just a good old race from Leclerc. Didn't really put a foot wrong. Brought home some good points. Not too bad. Sergio Perez, the driver of the day. I do believe he was the driver of the day in my opinion as well. He drove very well. Up there with Lando Norris and probably Hamilton. There was a lot of good drivers in this race. But yeah, Sergio Perez, obviously, he's just supposed to be starting P11. But then obviously started from the pit lane because his engine just cut out on the formation lap. And then he got it going again, had to start in the pit lane. So from pit lane to 5th, brilliant race from Perez. Obviously good mileage for him to obviously get his feet under the carpet in that car. You know, trying out, got some good moves in that race, looked very, very quick. I don't think they can complain too much. 10 points for Red Bull as well. I think he could have done a lot better if he didn't start from the pit lane. Maybe I don't know, maybe could have fought for podium, maybe for Bottas if he actually started well, or if he had a better qualifying. But yeah, very good race from Perez, driver of the day, not too bad. Lando Norris in P4, absolutely rapid this whole race. He was just so quick, he was fighting for podiums at one point, more at the beginning of the race. Yeah, he was really quick all weekend, pretty much all in the league of his own. He was just literally just sat by himself the whole race. Very consistent pace, didn't make a single mistake. Rapid, can't complain too much from Lando Norris, 12 points, and also McLaren P3 in the Constructors. Brilliant race from Lando Norris, very, very good. Probably another driver of the day. He drove brilliantly. Valtteri Bottas, a very, very quiet race. Yeah, he didn't really do much, did he? He was just kind of sat there. But hey ho, he didn't do too bad. Had a bit of a quiet race, but he got a podium in the end. He had obviously got dicked over by Mercedes with their strategy, and obviously that pit stop, 10-second pit stop, wasn't what he wanted really. Quiet race, could have been better really. It wasn't really on the pace with Hamilton and Verstappen, but he got a podium, so you can't complain too much. Now the top two with Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. What a race these two guys had. The whole race, they were dueling out for the win. I gotta give kudos to Lewis Hamilton for holding off Max Verstappen the whole race. That Red Bull was absolutely rapid. And I honestly thought Verstappen, when he got in the DRS, I thought that was it. I thought that was the end of the race. Verstappen was going to swoop past, and that was the end of the race. But oh boy, were we wrong. So obviously the big talking point was obviously Max Verstappen took the lead, but obviously went off the track. So we had to get the position back because you can't overtake off the track. Loads of people having a go saying,
oh look, Hamilton went off so many times.
Right, let's put this to bed here. From the knowledge I have, I'm going to just say why this happened. Basically, it's common knowledge, you can't overtake off the track. And for people saying Verstappen was ahead, he was only by like a tyre ahead. It wasn't classified as an overtake, right? He wasn't a car ahead. He was only like that much ahead, you know. That doesn't classify as an overtake. And he got ahead by going wide off the track because they went off and Verstappen went out of the track to gain the position, which is where it was wrong because he gained an advantage by going off the track and he overtook someone off the track, which is why he had to give it back. Hamilton, on the other hand, when he was going off every single race, they said you can go off the track as much as you want. There was no track limits as long as you don't gain an advantage. Hamilton wasn't gaining an advantage, but then he started using it a bit too much, which is why they told him they couldn't use it, which why he had a few warnings. But yes, there's a difference between going off track limits just by yourself and overtaking someone on the track limits. Going over the track limits you're allowed to do to a certain extent, but overtaking someone is illegal, which is why Verstappen had to give it back. Could he have gained the 5 seconds if he just went off into the distance? Probably. He was that quick. He probably could have done it. Apparently, Michael Massey said he couldn't, and he had to give the position back. It's a shame, really, but it was a good race overall. Brilliant race. Close battle. Hopefully it's going to be a brilliant season. But anyway, that'll be it for today's video. Make sure to follow my Twitch in the link in the description. Make sure to follow the Discord, which is also the link in the description. So thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a little comment what you think on the race. Let me know what you guys think. Anyway, that'll be it for today's video, and goodbye.
Never said I've been on my grind for 7 days. Need a race, swear to God I'll never be the same. TBH,